Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to a hot, sunny Wales. Going to do a live video today. For those of you who follow my channel, I'm a UK reseller. I buy and sell antiques, collectibles, and anything I like that I can flip for a profit. And this Sunday was an absolute scorcher. We got up to 30 degrees out there and it was boiling. And we were melting. But I done 3 car boot sales in one day. I went to Gay first, started off in Gay, went up to Abergavenny, and then over to Madley. Ended up in a massive row in Madley, but I'll tell you all about that in a minute. Now, I'm filming at my mother's. I feel like I'm a teenager again. I'm at Mummy's house, upstairs in a bedroom, because I still have no internet. I know what the hell BT you're playing at. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute too. Today, we're going to take a look at the stuff I bought on Sunday, and I bought quite a lot of it. But I thought if I put it in a live video, I haven't got to try and edit it, compress it, and then upload it because I have no internet, so I can do it at my mum's. So today, you're going to have to bear with me. It's probably going to be a long video because I got a lot of stuff to get through, some really nice little pieces. So yeah, it'll be nice. Hopefully you can join in, leave some comments, give your opinions and so forth live instead of, after the event. So if it's something you like or don't like, you can let me know as we go in. So yeah, my Wi-Fi, just want to, for those of you who are not on my Facebook and that, I just want to share with you how bad things have got. That's my internet speed currently at my house. 1.94 megabyte of upload and 0.03 megabyte. 0.03 of upload and 1.94 of download. So as you can imagine, I can't send a text message, let alone do a video. That's why I've been awful quiet this week. And if you're sending emails and messages, there's no chance of me answering you. I have got no internet. The engineer came out again 3-4 days ago and just messed us about. I got another one coming out tomorrow, so fingers crossed that gets sorted. So yeah, let me just do a couple of hellos a minute. Hello to Anya. Hello, Claire. Hello, Neil. Oh, and Andrea. Hello, Andrea. And Ian. Hello, fella. Hope you're well. Ian, let me know if Splot's on Thursday, if you don't mind. I'm hoping to go down there and clear a bit of low end. Anyway, before I get to showing you my haul, I'm going to give you a little bit of something to laugh at me or get annoyed at me. I don't know. We went to the 3 car boot sales, and I followed a couple of friends, Sharon and Rob, round. They got very nice. They let me tag along, so I'm not on my own up there selling. Park next to them. If I need to go to the toilet, wherever, they'll watch the stall. If I'm being naughty and running around, they'll watch the stall. So anyway, we got up to Madley, we parked in our spaces. Now in Madley, you've got 2 options. You can drive in and use the back of your car, or you can pay a bit extra and you can go sideways and have more room. Anyway, I pulls in sideways, they pull in like that, and we go off buying. Hour and a half later, whatever it is, we come back. The stall next door to me drove in, but they thought, well, bugger him, we're going to take his space as well. And they'd come up right up to my front wheel. They'd come past my bonnet, up to my front wheel, and just took all the space, extra space I paid for. So I very, very politely just said to the lady, would you mind please moving the coats and things? I've had a big pitch because I got a lot of stuff to put out. And before I could even finish the sentence, the first words out of this lady's mouth was F off. Now, this lady was in her 70s, and you would not believe the language that came out of her. I was talking as polite as I could. There was hundreds of people at the car boot sale because all the dealers were all in, running around before the public come in. Because in Madley, you can pay a tenner to go in early, and they let you in early if you trade rather than waiting for the public. Anyway, she's here giving me all abuse, telling me how I shouldn't have gone walking on buying. I should have set up. I don't deserve a pitch if I was walking on buying. In the end, I just said, you know what? Have a nice day. I'll just work with what I got. I wasn't going to argue with a 70-something-year-old woman. Anyway, her husband got out of the car. She started telling her husband how I'd had to go there and told her to move this and move that. Next thing you know, her husband's apologizing to me, telling her to shut up and moving all the stuff. So, yeah, that wasn't a good start to Sunday afternoon, let me tell you. It's not what you want on a Sunday afternoon. But anyway, I've had a cracking haul. It's been a trying week, to say the least, between no internet, the arguing up there, and everything else. It's just been a hard week. So I'm really pleased I've actually managed to buy some really nice pieces. So if you'll bear with me, we'll get started and we'll have a look. I'll start off with one of my favourite, but not something I normally sell or buy, which are clocks. You have to bear with me here because I'm at my mum's bedroom. So that's the first piece we have. So we have a 19, let's say, I looked on the day. I've done no research on any of this stuff, but I looked on the day. And some people had them listed as 1938, and some people had them listed through the 40s all the way up to 1950. So let's just say it's from late 30s up to 50s. And we have a sunburst Smith's clock, electric clock. Beautiful thing, finished in the gold gilt, obviously. Smith's, it's in beautiful condition. Originally, when I saw it, I thought, see these on the ends by here, I thought they were chips to the plaster and that, but they're not. It's a bit of paint. We were scraping it off on the day. It's just paint. It's in beautiful, beautiful condition. I haven't tested it to see if it works. But how's that for a beautiful piece of art deco? I haven't looked actually. Is it wood or plaster? It could be a wood one. It might be wood, gilded wood. But either way, absolutely gorgeous thing. Now, I bought that off trade and they sold it to me for £40. But it is in perfect condition. There's no damage on it anyway. And it's absolutely bloody beautiful. And as I said, I've looked on the day. I need to figure out how to put this down safe. The prices we were pulling up on the day ranged from people asking as much as £325 all the way down to sold price at 100. So you work it out. I don't know where that's going to be in the middle. I'm going to have to find exactly the same sunburst, because there's all different patterns of the sunburst. Some are plaster, some are wood, and so forth. That's the electric one. So a bit of research needed, but the cheapest one I could find was like 100 sold, and the dearest was like £300. But for £40 or $50, you know, that's a cracking little thing to start off the day with. And to be honest with you, I was really, really pleased with that. I really was. Yeah, Splot's open Thursday and Saturday. That's fabulous, because Splot is shutting down by the end of this month. I know that. I just weren't sure. So I will see you down there Thursday. I'm coming down selling 2:30. Thank you, Neil. Yeah, I'll be down Splot 2:30, 2:45, ready to sell for a long day. Splot is. Yeah, absolutely love the clock. I don't know if it's going. I don't know if I'm even going to test it. I may just put it out as is up on the website. I'll clean the bits of paint off. But you got to be honest, that is an absolute stormer. Good afternoon, Nick. I hope you're well, mate. I have been catching some of your videos after the event. So you've been selling all your stock off. Well done on that. Right. I'll also have to text you, find out how all the move is going and everything. Off the same dealer as that magnificent clock, I bought a load of silver. I couldn't resist myself anytime I have silver. Now, first of all, I bought, you know, when you're at the post office, rather than lick your fingers to pick stamps and letters up, they have like a dish with like a sponge in, wet sponge, and they go like that. Well, that was that dish. But it was in a hell of a mess. So I bought that, ripped it apart. He charged me £3 for the dish in pieces. So I ripped the silver off, and there was like 26 grams of silver there. So that was absolutely fine. I destroyed it on the day. Then I paid £15, so £5 a piece for the next 3 pieces. This is my favourite of them, which is absolutely stunning, which is a sterling silver. It's like a poppy, a flower head or a poppy or something like that. Nicely engraved in there. Quite strange. It's got an oil lamp at the back here. I think that's James Dixon's. I'm not sure. And then a full set of hallmarks across the top. I don't even see that, and I don't think I got an eyeglass. Oh, yeah. I got an eyeglass on me. Always carry an eyeglass because you never know when someone's going to try selling you silver or gold. R&B, I don't know one, but it's a Sheffield hallmark. But yeah, it's got an oil lamp down there, which is quite strange. Now, I have seen that before, and there's the hallmarks. So that's the first piece. Now, bear in mind, these silver pieces were a £5 each. I haven't actually weighed them, but I think that's like 35, 40 grams. It's a good weight. There's a couple of ounces there. Then I had a silver vase off him, which is going to be smashed up and go in my scrap pot because it's all dented up around here and it's had a repair around here. But I chucked that in. Bear in mind, I chucked all these pieces in before I had a price and I'd done a job lot. So it worked out £55 for the clock and the silver. And then I had these 2 ashtrays, which are probably going to end up in my scrap again unless I sell them £10 or £15 each. But believe it or not, they're like an ounce of silver each. So £15 for those 3 bits of sterling. But to be honest with you, I think that one at £1 a gram is going to be like 45 quid, 40, 45 quid, something like that. And that's going in my scrapper, and they're £10, £15 each. Let me see. Good afternoon, Bonnie. How come to destroy the silver item? Because it was absolutely wrecked. It was split. It was dented. It was holes. It was unsaleable. So I bought it to recycle the silver. I don't destroy any silver if I can save it and sell it. But even the bars there, it's got a pewter repair around it or lead solder repair around it, and all the top is buckled in. It's not going to sell. It's actually worth more as scrap metal. Hello, Malk. Yeah, I'm well, thank you. Hope you're well. From the Isle of Wight. Okay, moving on. I love this. Nice bit of mid-century Italian pottery. And this is a Fratelli piece with the face and the figure on the front. It's got 2 small chips to the foot rim, as you can see there. 8628 Italy. I did have a look, and there was only one piece. I looked on the day because I was excited about this one. And there was only one piece of Fratelli on there that looked similar to this with the face on it. And if you actually Googled Fratelli, in fact, I think I'll show you it. If I can Google Fratelli quickly. Can I find it? And if I share this, bear with me a second. It was the only piece I could find on the day, and it's on first dibs, but crazy money. But I was excited to buy it anyway because I absolutely loved it. This was the only type I could find, which was the Fratelli. But they were asking crazy money. They were like $250. That was the only one I could find. I couldn't find any more with a face or figure on because I looked on the day, but I absolutely loved it. Beautiful colors, beautifully painted, nice Fratelli piece, and then you got the tree on the back. That one came in for a £5 from Abergavenny for a beautiful thing. Absolutely love that. No idea what it's worth yet until I actually do some research, but it's going to be decent money. Hello, big creator. Venus the Militant. The lamp mark is probably lamp mark. Right, sorry, on the silver. Right, Robertson Belk. Thank you. And good afternoon, Richie. If you're selling, mate, I will see you down there. I'll have a look what you got on. Also bought in Abergavenny was this. It's not an old piece, but I absolutely loved it. Cast in solid bronze, not this resin with a bronze finish that you find rubbish. Solid bronze, good heavyweight. And it's a sundial, beautifully cast with these sort of leaves here. And it has the smelters, White Swan and 1989 on the back. So that White Swan, I presume, is the smelters. And obviously we have a sundial. Now, if somebody wanted to do a little pillar in the garden, a little bit of concrete and set that in, it would look absolutely amazing. I paid £5 for it. To be honest with you, it's probably that in scrap. It really is. And it's such a beautiful thing. Really well cast. People like dated bronze anyway, even though it's not that old. What is it? 1989, so it's 11 and 22. So it's 33-year-old in mint condition. So it's not going to be fortunes. It's probably going to be about 30, 40 quid, but you know, maybe even less than that. But when I do some research, but that's what I would like to think, about 30 quid. It's a nice piece of bronze. And I got to admit, I do like bronze items. Hello, Kim from Cape Breton Island. Oh, good. Thank you very much, Kim. Check out my Georgian video glasses. No, videos on Georgian glasses. They'll help. Right, next two pieces. You won't believe the price of these. Have a look at that. That is an antique Vaseline glass lampshade. And I can tell you now, against the right light, that's going to look absolutely amazing. This top piece and this bottom piece are going to just glow. And if you got an Art Nouveau lamp or something like that, and you need an original shade for it, these are priceless. I paid 50 pence for it. And it's in beautiful condition, no chips anywhere over it that I can see. Absolutely mint. That's 25, 30 quid for 50 pence. And I've sold hundreds and hundreds of these. So yeah, I'm over the moon with that. For 50p. Hopefully the internet's holding out. I never filmed at my mum's before. So if it lags at all, let me know. And I will try and deal with it. But we'll do the best we can. It's the only way I can film without internet. And I'll feel like a kid again at mum's. I really do. Not bad for £2. A good afternoon, wax clothing. £30 would be cheap. I agree. The prices, I haven't actually researched anything. A couple of pieces I looked at on the day, but I haven't actually researched anything. It's going to be more guesstimates now, and then the price will either go up or down when I do a bit of research before I can list. But I can't even list on the website. I had one day in the last 4 weeks of internet. That's all I've had, one day. And I managed to list like 20 pieces in the one day. But that's it. That's all I've done in like 4 weeks. It's driving me absolute potty. This came in off the same stall as the Vaseline glass lampshade. And we have a mid-century Empoli glass brandy glass vase. And the first thing Jane said when I took it home was, "Oh, you bought me a nice wine glass for my bottle of wine tonight." You fit 3 or 4 bottles of wine in it. It's bloody huge. It's got a nice writhing pattern and it's in a lovely amethyst color. So £1.50. You know, £1.50, like $2, something like that. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And again, it's £20 to £30 all day long for these large. This is a large one. It's probably 15 to 18 inches, I'd guess. Doesn't excite a lot of people, but if you love mid-century modern, then the Italian glass is up there for you. I got a lot of jewelry as well today to get through. So dealing with internet companies, you have absolutely no idea. I've already done one video slagging BT off, and I will be doing another because I don't know how many of you are aware. If you got a download with BT, they don't care if you have an upload. Even though you need some form of upload to send the command to your TV to say where you want to watch, or to send a text message, or to click on a web page. The fact you can download them is no good if you can't say what you want to watch or what you want to download, and BT just don't care. 4 weeks later, we're still no internet. Okay, I've had a couple of pens. This is the first. Now, I don't know if it's in sterling yet or if it's in silver plate. I haven't really put an eyeglass on it yet. I've only just opened all the stuff up. But this is Links of London. Hopefully you can see it coming around there. Can't stop shaking. I'm not normally shaky. But too much sun, I think. It's boiling out there. And we've been out. We went out this morning to our local farm, and they do pumpkin picking and things like that. Well, today they're doing sunflower picking. So you go over there and you go in the fields with sunflowers, pick your own sunflower for £1, photos. And so we've had a lovely day out with the baby, but I've been in the sun all day baking. So yeah, Links of London. At the moment, a white metal pen. And this is a ballpoint pen. It's not a fountain pen. Well, I'm assuming pen. It could even be a pencil, because there's nothing coming out yet. It could be a pencil, because there's nothing on the inside at all, or a ballpoint. I'm not sure. Possibly a ballpoint, missing the ballpoint inner. Either way, it's a Links of London silver or silver plate pen. It was £1, which is ridiculously cheap. And I had, in its original box, well, apparently in its original box, a Schaefer fountain pen, which I believe, was it gold? Let's have a look. Schaefer, Australia. And I can't see no hallmarks on the nib, so I don't know if it's a gold nib or not, but normally Schaefer have a 14-karat gold nib. By the way, a Schaefer of Australia fountain pen with a Schaefer box. Again, was another £1. So, a bit of research needed on those. And I need to find out if that's silver or silver plate, because it'll make a massive difference on the price. Hello, Belinda. Hello, Jeremy. Hope you're drinking plenty of water. Well, does hot chocolate count? I got a nice hot chocolate, and I got a pint of squash by waiting for me, because it is absolutely boiling here. And Tom and Bell Sell, hello. Thank you all for coming. I do appreciate you coming along and joining in. It's the next one I can state on the box, but that should give you a clue. It's English Crystal by Thomas & Webb. And what I have is a big ship's decanter. In this original box, albeit the box is in a mess, this original box in mint condition with this original label, and we have a big, heavy, and never used Thomas Webb ship's decanter. And basically called that because they don't tip over, because they're so bottom heavy they just can't tip over. Beautiful piece of crystal. That was £6. £6 for Thomas & Webb ship's decanter. Do you know, we weren't that long ago when I used to work the antique circuit, you know, Newark, Swindon, Derby and all those. I used to get like 70 quid for a decanter, like 60, 70 pound, no problem at all. Now they're like 35, 40, 50 quid. But, you know, I used to get really good money at antique fairs for these ship's decanters. Really did. Ship's decanters are one of the better decanters you can buy. They're much better than the square decanter or a globe decanter. The ship's ones were a lot more desirable. There's no misting, no chips. I don't even think it's ever been used. It's absolutely gorgeous. And for £6, it was a gift. And I bought that in Gathley Gear. Hello, Simon. I am enjoying the Welsh sunshine, but it's too hot for me. I'm not big on the sun. My dad is ginger, so I've got ginger running through me. Lots of my hairs are ginger, and I burn. Hot chocolate on a very hot day. There is an article, if you read it, Anya, online that says hot drinks actually cool you down better on a hot day than cold drinks. Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Now, that sounds nice. I'd love to live by the sea. Hello. And NDR, buddy. Howdy back. Okay. I've had a bit. I'm going to chuck in a bit of jewelry for 5 minutes, and then I'll go back to some more ceramics and that. I've had a bit of gold. Well, a few pieces of gold. I paid £35 for 2 rings. They both came in the Warren James packet. They had multiple bags, all with Warren James on. Some marked with S, some marked with G for gold. Unfortunately, whoever done them just assumed everything that was white was silver. Whereas this beautiful little thing is actually 9 carat white gold. It's not a bad size either. Won't fit me, but it's not a bad size. Beautiful ring. That was 1.3 grams. And it come in, let's just say that one came in for a tenner. And this is the star one, which is yellow gold, 9 carat again. It is cubic zirconia, unfortunately, not diamond. I would have loved it to have been a diamond engagement ring. It's 2.3 or 2.4 grams of 9 carat gold set with cubic zirconia. And what's even better, they gave me the original Warren James receipt with it. The original recommended retail price for that, but there, was £260. And they purchased that in 21st of December 2020 at £16.36. So it was obviously bought as a Christmas present, probably an engagement ring for someone to propose at Christmas. But £260 the RRP, and they bought her in the sale and saved £145. They bought her in the Christmas sale. And they bought it from 14 Maylord Street, Hereford. So, yeah, they didn't travel far, did they, to go to Madley? So, yeah, 25 and 10. £35 for the 2 rings, and is just a fraction under 4 grams for the 2 rings. What is it? It's about £16 a gram. 24 is about £64, 60, £64 if I wanted to melt them in, which I'd never do that anyway, but there's a profit just on melt. So yeah, if you ever see people selling silver jewelry at a car boot sale, don't take their word on it as silver. Get the eyeglass out and check, because you would not believe how much white gold I buy at the price of silver, because people just mess up. They see white, they check 1 or 2 rings, see they're silver, and they just go, all the white ones are silver and the yellow ones are gold. Well, there's proof. I just had a white gold one sold to me as silver. They used to give hot drinks to footballers, son, hot days at half time. I prefer Magners. Well, I prefer a Guinness or Bacardi and Coke. Cold Stella is always better on a hot day, working from your phone from outside a pub. Do you know what? I used to go to Gloucester, and this was back when Gloucester was where Tesco's is now, back a decade ago. And we'd go to Gloucester, and I'd fill the car up, and we'd be literally on the side of the River Severn, or the Estuary Severn, on its way out to the sea. And we'd be in the beer garden having a meal and a pint on the way home. Oh, that was heaven. That was what you call not really classing it as work. It was just living life. Okay, next 2 pieces, I'm going to stick with a bit of jewellery. I say jewellery, this one's not jewellery, but this is. I bought these off a subscriber, Dave. So if you're watching, thank you very much. First of all, I had these pair of sterling silver slippers. Now, he bought these in a charity shop, and he ripped the label off that said sterling silver, because he said if he took it to the counter with the label saying sterling silver, they'd have charged him a fortune. But fortunately for me, there's a little hallmark just by there, says 925. And if you can see it impressed in there on the slipper. So they are actually stamped 925 as well. So thankfully for that. This next piece, I'm not 100% on yet. I think I'm going to acid test it because I'm not confident it's silver. I bought it off him mainly because I bought a Indian god Rama figure in solid silver. Not even solid silver, it was pure silver off him a few weeks ago at a car boot sale. And he came in for nothing. He chucked it over, said have half for a few quid, and said take a chance on it, and it turned out a good one. So I'm not 100% on this. It is stamped silver, but I'm not confident with it. It could be a Chinese one. So I'm going to have to acid test this one, but I haven't gone to acid yet. But you'll soon know if it's silver or not. It'll either end up on the website or back at the car boot sale. But these are gorgeous. And I paid a tenner for the two, like $12. Tenner for the two, but these on their own, I absolutely love those slippers. And they are the profit day just for those. So I'm happy with that. And I bought them off Dave. So thank you very much if you're watching. Dave and his father Gerald to watch the channel. I got a full tray of jewellery. I'll do a little bit more jewellery first. This I bought up in Gethley Gay. Now we wanted a $5 for it. And it's not silver. I don't think it's silver anyway. It was AntiquesArena. I opened the box up and that's what I saw. And I looked at it and he said, I want a $5 for it. And I think it's in steel. Stainless steel or surgical steel. Anyway, I looked at the certificate and everything and the name, and it is by a designer, a tattoo artist called Ed Hardy. Not something I would have normally done. Anyway, I walked away from the stall and I was thinking, do you know what? I haven't seen anything like that before. Tattoo art. Brand new in this box. I'll lift that up if you can. I'm hoping you can see through the plastic. I can't open it. A bit of tattoo art there, and he's obviously designed it to turn into a necklace. Comes with his certificate of authenticity. Anyway, I looked him up. Do you know, his stuff is selling £30, £50, £100, £150, all over the place, and none of it's precious metals. So I don't know how much that one's going to be yet. It cost me a $5, so about $6. And it's certainly going to be no less than like 30 quid, 40 quid. But yeah, if anybody ever comes across any Ed Hardy jewelry, it's actually really, really sought after, and I'd never seen it before. But I actually Googled it, or eBayed it, if you like, on the day, and done a quick eBay search, which I don't normally do, I'll be honest with you, because I don't bother messing about, waiting, looking. But for the 5 minutes it takes you to find out about something, you've lost a dozen items on the next tables. But it stood out enough to me to say, do you know what, get it checked. And I did. This piece is going to be a birthday present. Pandora. Jane has Pandora off me every Christmas, every birthday. Well, I'm not being funny. I found this one at the boot and it was absolutely gorgeous. And we have a little Christmas cottage. With snow on the roof. And it's a charm, it is. Fully stamped up. Pandora's got ALE on it. It's not just 925, it'll always have ALE. I don't know if you can see it there on the end. The Santa home is always warm. S925 ALE. So it's Santa's home. And that'll be going away. I'll be cleaning her up and I'll be going away for Christmas, for a little Christmas present for Jane. But that was a $5, $6, something like that. I'm not going to leave Pandora there when it's like that. That's like a £40 charm if you buy it direct from Pandora. Something along them lines. This off Charles. Charles, if you're watching, I'm not sure if Charles watches anymore or not. He took a turn for the worst at the boot sale a couple of weeks ago, but he was there this week, so it was nice to see him. And I purchased this off him. An absolutely stunning cameo. A cameo is basically a carved shell. And cameo actually describes the carving of it, not actually what it is. But yeah, absolutely stunning cameo. Set in 800 silver, not sterling silver, but 800 silver. And he charged me a £5 for an absolute beautiful cameo. She's stunning. For a £5, so 800 silver, so she's continental. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Love the slippers. Do you know what? I actually do too. I don't think much of the bangle. I really don't. I've had it because I've actually made a lot of money, or I will make a lot of money when the Rama sells. But the slippers I love myself. I really did, mate. Okay. What we got in here? Trying to find it. Right. I'm going to do some cufflinks. I've had a selection of cufflinks. They all cost me £1 a pair. So I'm going to do some cufflinks a minute. I absolutely love them. So we're going to start off with a trenchard style. They're not trenchard, but they're the trenchard style. Bullet cufflinks. Really heavy. No, they're not old. These are designer. They're designed to look like trenchard. House of Boer or something along them lines. I actually looked them up on the day. But yeah, if anybody's into shooting or military and things like that, a good set of shell casing cufflinks. They cost me £1. You know, we looked on the day, myself and Rob, and they were ranging from sort of £12 up to £35. So for £1, I think you'll admit they're interesting, quirky, and going to have a profit. For another £1, I purchased these gilt. They're not silver or gold, they're just gilt metal with enamel, but they are Freemasons. The Freemasons, Masonic Lodge, with the set square there, and cufflinks again. And they were £1 again. They're going to be like 10, 15 quid. And this next pair, I haven't even looked what they are yet. HMY Britannia ER. So Elizabeth Regina. Is it Elizabeth Regina? Not sure. So it'd be Elizabeth II, and they are Britannia cufflinks. And I got 2 of those. And again, they were £1. So just nice little quirky bits of jewelry. None of those were precious metal, but I won't just abandon something just because it's not gold or silver. I'm not tunnel vision for gold and silver. I'll buy what I like. The cameo is a heck of a buy. It's a cracker. Honestly, beautiful carving on it. I absolutely love the cameo. Hello, Welsh poke picker. It is a long time no see, mate. Hello, Rebecca. Nice to see you, learning Tam. Hello, Sean. Seen? I can't read it. I'm sorry. Is it? I'm going to assume Sean, but I'm not sure. I can't read the name. I am sorry. That's dyslexia kicking in. I started eBay doing now far better than Facebook Marketplace. I got a couple of friends that do seriously well on Facebook Marketplace, but it never goes well for me. It really doesn't. I always end up being messed about. Either I get there and they won't sell me the stuff, or they don't turn up for stuff if you're trying to sell it. Just an absolute nightmare. So yeah, I don't even bother with Facebook Marketplace buying or selling, and yet they do well. They sell on it every day. They buy off it every day. But yeah, if you're starting out, eBay's fabulous. As long as you're willing to accept eBay's costs and build them into your business, eBay's fabulous. I am not going to knock it in that sense. It's just bloody expensive, and I don't like the rules. Okay. Oh, right, Connor. Okay. Hello, mate. Now I know you are. I'm more of a toe dipper into AntiquesArena, but it's taught me about glass and never passed a chance to view. Thank you. Yeah, Shane has got the spelling of the name. Right, okay. That's my dyslexia kicking in for you. I'm not very good with names. I'm going to do a couple more ceramics, I think. In glass. This one up in Abergavenny. That's a modern looking clock if I've ever seen one in it. Don't think it's supposed to be diamond though. Nice crystal clock, cost me a £5, but it has a magic name. Waterford crystal, but this is the Irish Waterford. It's not Marquise, which is the Waterford that's produced out in whatever it is, the imported Waterford. This is the stuff that was actually made in Ireland, and it's also designed by John Rocha by Waterford. So it's a good name, good designer. It cost me a £5. It's in beautiful condition for a Waterford crystal clock. As I've said to friends in the past, Waterford demands really, really high money, but it's very slow to sell. It's all right if you want to give it away, but the clock's even going round. So it's in beautiful condition. If you look, see the second hand, it's actually going still. £5 for a designer piece of Waterford crystal. Again, it's going to be 30 quid. Well, I'd like to think anyway. Got a couple of paperweights. This one is Matafra Maltese glass, and we have the mushroom. It's got its original label on the top, and it's signed on the base. I don't know if you can see the signature. There you go. So a nice swirly pattern. It's not worth fortunes. It's probably £10 or £15, probably a tenner to be honest though. But it cost me £2. And it's in good condition. And I purchased this, which is Seaform, I believe, by Caithness Crystal. I can read the Seaform, but I can't read the Caithness. But I believe it's by Caithness Crystal. And Seaform is the pattern, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. And again, it was a couple of quid. So I didn't mind that. But beautiful paperweight nonetheless, for a couple of quid. Again, they're not fortunes. They're like 10, 15 quids. This I love, and I haven't researched it yet. We have a Chinese porcelain snuff bottle. And this is absolutely beautiful. I don't know the pattern. I would assume these are all immortals. And then all the clouds in between them. It's got a rain mark on the base, which I haven't researched yet either, but I will be able to read that. I wonder. I don't know how many of you actually use Google Translate, but there is a app you can download called Google Translate, and it will translate any language it sees in a photograph for you, and it'll also auto detect. So if I do Chinese to English, and we'll see if it actually detects it. I don't know if it's going to work. Come on. Where's that playing up? It's not working. My phone's not connected to my mum's Wi-Fi. Doesn't sense. Yeah, Google Translate, and it's got an app. You can take a photograph or hold it over any writing or script, and it'll translate it for you on the phone on the screen. But yeah, I got the book anyway to translate this. For a beautiful snuff bottle, and it was 50 pence. Isn't that gorgeous? And you know I love my Chinese pottery anyway, or Chinese porcelain anyway, so absolutely beautiful thing. Hand painted in Famille Rose. Love it. I don't know if that's going to actually make it up for sale. Where are we at? Just get back in the comments a minute. What we got here? Started doing reselling videos, love the community, brilliant, raise some cash, poke fund. Okay. Gaelic for Sean is seen, but it all means John. Okay, John then. Please don't get offended. I am that bad at reading. Agreed, marketplace a waste of time. All you ever get is this available? Unusual nice mushroom, thank you. I still pick up some collectible now and then. Retro toys and games, fair enough. I tend to stay away from what I don't know. You get 10 to 15 on get this paper, it's fair enough. Yeah, it's about what it's worth, that one. Unless it's limited edition. If it's limited edition, I just sold the miniature star with the faceted sides and the Millefiori in the center, and then as the eye or the star, and then Millefiori coming around the outside, and it was only a 2-inch one. I had 65 for that. So there are exceptions. With master of pieces, another Welsh YouTuber. Okay. Where are we at? Hello, Richard. It's not a vase. It's actually a snuff bottle. And yeah, I think it might be the 100 Immortals or the Immortals, but it's a snuff bottle, not a vase. It would have a little jade top with like a bone stick to get the snuff out. But I can take one of them off a modern piece if need be, but the odds are it'll end up being kept anyway. You bought the Chinese book you recommended. Yeah, I got 2 copies. I got the original, which cost me like £500-600, and then I got the up-to-date version that cost me like, what was it, 40 quid, something like that, 50 quid. The Oriental piece, yeah, I absolutely love it, mate. Okay, moving on. Bought a little pewter box. And the reason I bought it, it reminded me very much of Ruskin with this stone inset into the pewter. I don't know if it is or isn't. But very arts and crafts in style. And that's what it reminded me of, was the Ruskin where they put in the stones or the cabochons into it. The hinges are gone on the back, unfortunately. Long broke. It would have been a hinged box. The hinges are gone, so now it is just a box. The lid lifts off. But a nice hammered finish to it. Nice stone, actually. I'm not sure if it's a Ruskin stone. I honestly don't know enough about Ruskin pottery to know whether or not that is or isn't. But I knew enough to buy it, and I'll research it now I own it. But it cost me £2, which is nothing in it. Really is nothing. If I was to chuck it on eBay, it'd run to 20 or 30 quid, just with the chance because of the stone and the embossing. So yeah, it's a shame them hinges are broke, and I can't even do anything with them because they're actually buried into the wood. Right. So yeah, I thought it might be a Ruskin stone. I wasn't 100%, to be honest with you. But I have seen a lot of them. But yeah, for £2, you know, it was a nice little thing. I've had some Ladro, well, Neo. I missed the Ladro. Sharon and Rob sold a piece of Ladro and a piece of Neo next to me for £4 each, which was really silly, to be honest with you. because I would have actually bought them off them. But I bought a few pieces of Neo, Spanish porcelain. It's gone down in fashion to what it was. Neo being the student pieces and Ladro being the accomplished artists. But we have that one there, the little girl sitting down, or the lady sitting down. I have that one. This one here holding the dog. These are all Neo. That's an older Neo. But they're all Neo, unfortunately, not Ladro. Ladro is a lot more expensive. As is, if you get any of these figures in good condition with flowers, animals, and things that stick off that can break, then they can pull really good money. And again, another Neo piece. And the girl sat down with a frilly dress on. They were £4 each. They're 12 quid. Let's be honest, they're going to be like £10 or £15 each online, no problem at all. But if you went back 10 years ago, you couldn't get this stuff anyway. It was absolute rocking horse. Everybody wanted Ladro 10 years ago. But it has come down, but it's still a profit. It's a working profit. And I still do have collectors that buy the Ladro off me. Another piece of Neo. This original box. This one was £2. And we got a couple of birds. I don't know. So see on there, they ducks or doves. I have no idea what they are. Maybe a couple of ducks. We'll go with ducks. I don't know. They were £2. There's no fortunes there. I'm not going to leave Neo there when I see him for a couple of quid. Just check any. Nick Ducks, thank you. Quack. There was only 4 main makers of those captions: Carter, Poole, Stable and Adams, and yeah, Pilkington. Pilkington's and their Royal Lancastrian way sells really well anyway, and Ruskin. And I've never heard of Kensington. There you go in. So yeah. But either way, the box will sell. It's a good box. This, I would say, is probably early 20th. Originally, when I bought it, I thought it was a Victorian rummer, but looking at it, I think it's more first quarter of the 20th, early 20th. Could even be a bit early, I suppose. But it's acid etched. Pontcullis Hotel, Staple Hill. I think that's what it reads. So we got a nice little glass out of a hotel, certainly 100-year-old, and that was 10 pence. So what can I say? I'm not going to leave them behind. There was a day they were more collectible than they are, but the fact it's got the hotel on there will help to sell it. But yeah, it's probably a turn of the century one, early 20th century, as opposed to a little earlier. But it's got all the right characteristics that you want. But for 10p, it's a 10, 15, 20 pound glass for 10 pence. Drinking glasses have been my stable for 20 years. I used to buy Georgian drinking glasses for 10, 20 pence and sell them for 50 quid and 100 quid at the, at the fairs. Okay, next piece is Japanese. And we have, I'm not even 100%, is that a fish or a bird? There's a bird. It looks like a phoenix in flight, actually. What do you think of that? It's not Satsuma. I think it's more modern Satsuma. It's definitely Japanese. It's not a Chinese piece, in my opinion, anyway. And you got all the clouds running around the outside. It's hand painted, or a bit of hand painting and stenciling, maybe. But it was £2, and I bought it as a curio piece. It'll go in my studies. As you know, I'm learning Oriental porcelains and things, so I bought it as a study piece. But it just intrigued me. But I would say it's certainly early 20th century, maybe even turn of the century, in my opinion. It could be wrong. but that's what I think. That's for my studies. It only cost me £1, £2. But yeah, I just liked it. But I think it's Japanese. What have you got? Satsuma Art Deco. It could be 1920s, but I wouldn't actually call it Satsuma. It's not really that same pottery and that same finish as Satsuma. The Satsuma is very distinctive, and that doesn't come across as Satsuma ware, but I could be wrong. It could be in the range of the Satsuma. That's my next piece. Edinburgh Crystal Tumblers. Set of 6, perfect condition as far as I'm aware. Edinburgh Crystal, and they cost me £5. That's not even £1 a tumbler. You know, if I was to say £5 a tumbler, you know, it's a gift for whoever buys them, and there's 6 there, so that's 30 quid. So it's really a no-brainer, and it comes boxed. And the best part about it is most of the stuff like this you find was bought for people in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s as wedding presents, got put in the cupboard or put in the attic and never ever got used. So most of it comes out still with labels on it, in mint condition. But £5 for 6 Edinburgh Crystal tumblers, boxed, in mint condition. You know what's 75 pence a tumbler, 70 pence a tumbler, something along them lines, something silly, 80p. So over the moon with that. So even if I said, I haven't looked at the pattern yet, but if I said £5 a glass across the board is 30 quid. Told you I had a bumper haul on Sunday and I still got loads of jewellery and had to get through. Satsuma Art Deco, I looked at that one. It's just how the mark looks. But I agree with you. It's definitely a Japanese mark and does have a Satsuma look to it, but the actual feel didn't feel like Satsuma. So it's just something for me to look up. I'm still learning every day. I still make mistakes. Every day I go out, I make mistakes. But luckily, I make more wins than losses. I don't know what that was referring to. I missed that comment. I'll have to look that one up. Is that a silver overlay paint on the bowl? It could be. Could be silver overlay. Didn't really look at that closely. But I will research it. I don't sell anything anymore unless I know what it is. I really don't. Even if it means it's sitting in the house for 5 years. I don't sell nothing I don't know anymore. Is it the light or them tumblers a bit cloudy? No, they probably stinking dirty. Half of what I got, Rich, hasn't even been clean, mate. It is absolutely stinking dirty. There you go. How's that? It's just stinking dirty. I haven't done nothing. I've literally come to Mum's and unpacked it to unbox it. Then I had these, and when I saw them, I'll be honest with you, I jumped up and down. I saw them across the stall, and I thought, oh, paid Georgian champagne flutes. Hang on, what are we over there? Sheltering. Hello, Mute. Oh, hello, Caden. Okay, when I saw these across the stall, I thought, at 100 yards, I thought, wow, Georgian champagne flutes, but I think they're later. I actually think they might even be 20th century as opposed to Georgian ones. I don't think they're Victorian either. They could be. But I think, looking at them, I'm going to go more 20th century, to be honest with you, in a Georgian style. But the quality, I got to pay. The quality is absolutely spectacular. They're in the form of a Georgian champagne flute, obviously, or champagne trumpet, whatever you want, ale trumpet. But they got the faceted nope, faceted stem, and then they are actually still made in 3 parts. So you've got the foot, the stem, and the bowl. You can see that they've been made in the right way, and they've got a ground out and polished pontil. Now, I could be wrong; it could be older, but the pontil doesn't feel right to me to be older. There's not enough wear on the foot. I know what you think. They're gorgeous, whichever way. I paid £1 each for them. Now, it's got some flux in the glass there, which is something you look for in the older glass. And this one's got tons of wear on it. So maybe they're Victorian copies. I don't think they're Georgian ones. But again, I'll do a bit more research on them. But I have never seen Georgian ones with all this, with that nope, faceted nope and so forth. So I would, at the moment, I'm working on the 20th century copies. But they are, listen to this. They're absolutely gorgeous for £1 each for champagne flutes. It's just gorgeous. I love quality. But I won't sell them until I know exactly how old they are. I'll have to do some research on them. No, I couldn't leave them here for £1 a coral, mate. I really couldn't, mate. They were absolutely stunning. Let me see now. I think it's just some jewellery left. It's just jewellery left that I can see. So, we'll get into it. I had a set of 3 of those. It cost me £2. They are all sterling silver. And they were Annie Hack designs. They stamped up sterling. And the lady had them for her wedding. And sold them on at the boot. They stamped up 925. So, they were a no-brainer. Don't excite me that much, but it is what it is. This, I'm not sure what the red stone is, whether it might be a bit of coral. But a beautiful pendant and chain. I paid £4 each for this one and the next one. I'm not sure if it's coral. But it was a pretty piece. I always try and have a bit of cheaper jewellery for the website for Christmas time and things. And then you had this. I'm not sure, is that like a bit of quartz or something like that? Not sure. Again, I'm not brilliant with the stones. I'm really not. I should study them more for the amount of jewellery I buy. But that's, I'll give you an idea. What have I got yet to show you the size of that pendant? It's quite a large stone. It really is. So yeah, beautiful thing. Again, that was £4. So those two were £4 each. Both those in Gatling. These you're going to love. I weren't sure if they were sterling or silver plate, but they are. They're plate. I've looked at them under my glass because my mum tried to nick them. And she may end up having them yet. I don't know. Probably. I told her about Weird and Wonderful. Silver plate, skeleton earrings. How cool are they? Isn't they awesome? They don't owe me nothing. I put a big job lot together for a tenner, and I mean a massive job lot. And I'll share it with you now in a minute, but these were part of it. So they probably owe me like 20 pence, 30 pence. But they're super cool. But I did look online, some sterling silver ones like £50 and £60. They'd probably sell as plate, but my mum's been nagging and nagging and nagging from. She absolutely adores them, so she probably have them. What we got over there? That's rubbish. Scrap. Bit of scrap there. Had a little sterling silver cross. It's nothing much. It was £3 off a friend. I slightly overpaid for that one, in my opinion, but it was okay. It was £3. It'll go out for a tenner, and it'll go for Christmas. Nice little silver and cubic zirconia or crystal cross. A friend of mine, Richard, actually handed me these, and you have a set of charms. All different charms to go on a charm bracelet. Read the top. It says sterling silver on there. They were £1. It's a full set. They've dropped down. They have. There's a duck over there, which should be over there. It should be a pig and a cat and a duck. Well, there's the duck. Oh, where the other two are. They may have fallen out in the bag, but they were all there. As far as I know, I may have lost 2. Not sure. But anyway, all the charms were £1. Yeah, even if I banged them out and said 10 or 15 quid and just take what's there. You know what I mean? There's 2, 4, 6, 7 charms. if I said £2 of charms, you know what I mean? It's 14 quid for £2 for sterling silver charms. It was no brainer at £1. Now, everything on this, including the skeleton earrings, owes me a tenner. Everything. Now, I haven't actually been through it. A lot of it is stamped silver, and some of it is unmarked that I could see in a minute. But I'm going to share it all with you, and then I'll go through it at the later date. Obviously, this is silver. Again, I'm not 100% on the stone. Now, there is an app that you can get now where you take a photograph of a stone and it'll tell you what it is. I'm going to actually look into that and see if it's any good. Now, this one is stamped up 800. And looking at that, it's like Siam Nayela work on there. So it's probably from the Siam sort of region. But that's 800 silver. I will get back to the comments in a minute. Bear with me, go through the jewellery and then we'll get to the comments. This I absolutely love. Look at that. You have the heart in crystal and then this big arrowhead. And it is a stamped one. You can see the stamp on the back. I'm not sure what that's stamped. It's not an English hallmark, so I have no idea what is stamped. But it's going to be silver. Then we had this beautiful big pendant. Now, when I saw originally, I thought that in the center looked a bit like lucite with the cotton or something inside it, but it is actually glass. Is it? No, it isn't. It's lucite. So we have a lucite pendant, possible, and white metal at the moment. So I don't know how old it is. But if that's silver, there's quite a lot of silver on there. But I'll have to ask the test because I can't see a mark. But if it's lucite, odds are it's going to be also like homemade type thing. Then I had this again. I love the stone. For some reason, I'm getting Blue John in my head, but I don't think it's Blue John. Sterling silver, fully hallmarked with like a rope chain. And that's a big piece of stone on the end. It's not agate. I don't know. Again, I'm going to have to look the stone up. Is this one stamped? I think that's a stamp there. So I think that is a sterling silver, probably citrine bracelet. Now bear in mind, all of this has come in for a tenner. All of it. That's glass. So any marks? So a mark on the inside there, I can't see what it is, but we have that. Just a nice bit of glass there. I have got hundreds and thousands of chains in the house, so I can put them all onto chains, so it's not a problem, and then they'll all sell, even if it was to say like 10, 15, 20 pound a piece, depending on what they are, with a new chain on them. They're going to be absolutely gorgeous for Christmas time. And for a tenner for the entire tray full, I got loads to go. Oh, wow. Then you've got to admit they're ridiculously cheap. Look at that. I don't know if I can capture that. Look at the colours in that. I don't know if you can actually see it. It's purple, green, red, everything in it. Really strange red colour one. That is agate. That's a slab of agate if I've seen any. Possibly topaz across the top, not sure. And again, probably another bloodstone or something like that. I won't be with. That one's not marked anyway. I can see. I'll acid that one. But just because if they're silver or not silver doesn't mean they're worthless. on a nice silver chain. These are still really nice pendants with the stones. And again, I don't know, can't see a mark on this one. It's absolutely gorgeous. Drop that onto a, look at that rainbow effect, the oily effect. Drop that onto a silver chain, silver back. So I had that one. These, my mother loved these again. Now this comes as a necklace and earrings. It's a full set. Well, wait till you see that. That's glass. Isn't that absolutely stunning? It's fully stamped up silver, I believe. Yeah, that one's fully stamped, and is the chain. So both those are stamped silver. But the colours are just gorgeous. And it came with matching earrings. Then I had a pair of these. I don't know if this, yeah, these are silver as well. Oh, come on now, you. Again, I would imagine probably a citrine. Big stones, big yellow stones in sterling silver. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got to admit, there's a lot of money coming in here. Again, I don't know what that is. I'm going to get that app that tests the gems just to try it out. I no doubt they do a free trial on it. And I'll do a review on it for you and see if it's any good. I'm getting on really well with that Speechify app. Literally reads the stories to me now, or reads my books to me as I'm driving to the car boot sales. I'm in the middle of writing an article on Chinese Straits porcelain, which is a very, very rare and expensive porcelain now. It used to be thrown away by collectors and disregarded because of its grotesqueness. But I'm actually listening to Speechify read me the book. I've listened to it probably 3 or 4 times now, and I'm now doing an article on there, and then I'm going to do a video on there. And I'm going to do an article on how to identify Straits Chinese porcelain, because I've actually done a lot of listening. I'd say reading, but a lot of listening on it. No idea what that black stone is again. Again, you can see the stamp on there, no problem at all. Nice bit of silver pendant there. This, would you believe, is a compass. So it's Chinese, it's jade, and it's actually a compass. But it looks like it's got a bit of gold, a gold nugget or something on the inside of it. It's probably not real. But what a quirky thing. So that was chucked in there. Well, this one's stamped Australia. I don't know if it's silver or not yet. We'll have to have a look at that. It could even be designer. Looks more steel, to be honest with you, than silver, but I will look it up and check. Some of it's just run-of-the-mill working stock. Then we have this one here. It's nothing much, but it's silver, and I won't leave silver behind. That one's separate, that one's separate. I've had a few bits of scrap, they're neither here nor there. This one I absolutely adore. Bear with me a second. I'm trying to think what it is. I have an intaglio cut crystal pendant. I can't quite make out what the actual intaglio cutting is supposed to be. Under an eyeglass, it just blurs. See what you think of that. So it's silver and it's intaglio cut, which just means reverse cut. But I can't quite make out what it is. My eyes are not good enough. This is all still in that same tenor. And there's a pair of 9-carat gold earrings. And this one I had given to me And there should be another one here somewhere. Don't know where it's gone. Might still be in the bag. I had 2 earrings given to me, two odd scrap 9-carat gold earrings. I bought some bits and they were chucked in the box. I'm missing the other one. So I got to find that because they're going straight in my scrap. They're not going to be a lot, but they'll be, 0.1, 0.2 of a gram, 0.3 of a gram each for the earrings. And they're going straight in my scrap pile. They come in free off the lady I bought the cufflinks off, actually. That one and another earring. And I don't know where the other earring's gone. So I will find it. I also had this little badge, which is a little Elizabeth II police badge. That was £1. That's the end of the £10 buys, by the way. That entire job lot there was the tenner. That one was £1. And then I paid £5 for this because it was actually beautiful, natural sea pearls, and I'm not sure what the stone was in the middle. But I thought that's, like 15, 20 quid, no problem at all. Sterling silver chain, sterling silver pendant, with natural sea pearls. And I give it a £5. There's probably a bit of shell. So that is my jewellery. Is there anything else before I get to the comments? What's it? That one. Another pair of earrings that come in with the £10 buy. And they look like horns, is it? Look a bit like horns, trumpets, horns, or something like that. Nothing special. I'm annoyed I'm missing a earring. I got to find that. I will not lose gold when I get given it for free. The only other thing I had, not exciting, was a pair of die-cast, don't think they're lead, die-cast horses and jockeys. So, first, and normally this stuff is like Chad Valley or something. Can't see no marks or anything on them. That's the second. So I got the 2 die-cast horses and jockeys. They were £1 each. I haven't decided what to do with them yet. I bought them in a bit of a rush. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are okay, but at the moment I'm not too thrilled with them a minute. So we'll see how they go. But I think that is the extent of the haul. Let me get back to the comments. I'm going to have a look at the comments because I think I'm quite a way back on the comments here. Right then. I'm always flipping glass upside down to look at the rough bottoms. I put it right back if the bottom's perfect. But you have the snapped puntal mark, which is left during the Georgian period. However, by 1770, 1775, they learned to ground it and polish it. So originally you had a deep foot like that to hide the sharp puntal mark. Then the feet started getting flatter because they were able to get rid of that puntal mark. And they were doing that from 1770s, somewhere around there, when they started with the opaque twists and things. So just because it's got a ground out and polished puntal doesn't mean it's a modern piece. A lot of Georgian stuff has a ground out puntal. Then you come up into the Victorian era where you have the gadget tool mark, which you have like a letter T, which is almost like a tool that pinched onto the bottom of the glass. And you just have 2 lines. And that was sort of from 1860. And that's the gadget tool mark. Then you have the mold blown that can be Victorian. So just because it doesn't have a rough bottom doesn't mean it's not old. And at the same time, just because it's got a snap puntal or sharp puntal doesn't mean it is old. Because you can get a lot of Spanish stuff and continental stuff that's still roughly finished. So there's a lot more to a glass than just reading a puntal. Message me, Palari, the large stone pieces. Will do, fella. Hello all, familiar faces on here. Hello, Guaz. Thank you for coming. Looks like turquoise. I don't think it was turquoise, mate. Now blue. It had no veining running through it. Dye. I can't read it. I can't read it, but I will search it up. So thank you very much. I can't read it. Faceted teardrop shape with the different colours in the silver sets, most likely topaz. Thank you. Glass pendant is a large, brightly coloured teardrop. Right. Hello, Bella's Craft Corner. That stone about 5 minutes ago, I think, is a mystic topaz. Sitting here next to Tom, very jealous of all your beautiful jewelry, not for selling. I'd keep it all. The only stuff I really keep is gold. Well, I say that. I'll show you one day the haul of silver and jewelry I have got. I've probably got 50 kilos of silver jewelry just sat there that I ain't doing nothing with a minute. So yeah, I'll probably film that for you one day. I don't know if any of you have seen, I had to put a hammer to one of my safes to smash open the safe. When I had a car crash 3 or 4 years ago, they took the car away because it crumpled up. I got hit in the back by a drunk driver, literally took the boot out, and then I slammed into another car that was parked and took the bonnet out, and the engine was practically on the laps. Anyway, they towed the car away, and my keys were in the car for the safe, and when I phoned the scrappies to look, they didn't even bother. They just said, no, they're not in there. So I had to put a big sledgehammer to my safe and open one of my safes. I've actually filmed opening one of them, and I think it was like 1 kilo of gold in there and probably 20 or 30 kilos of silver. Some really nice stuff. I think that's about it. So, unless anybody's got any questions, I haven't got anything else to share with you haul-wise. So, if anybody wants to comment on anything, or if you've got any questions before I go. It's one day. It's nice I've been able to at least film, even though it's from my mum's. So, yeah. Yeah, at least I've been able to put a film out, didn't I? No, I tried using a disc cut at first, and it wouldn't touch the safe. In the end, I used a sledgehammer and sheer adrenaline and sledgehammered it and buckled all the bolts and everything, because it was more gun safe I was using than it was a proper safe. It was a gun safe, big long 6-foot gun safe that I sledgehammered all the brackets off. But yeah, that's a good video, showing some of the jewelry finds out of that. Anyway, I think that'll be it then. If nobody's got any questions, hopefully you enjoyed the haul. Thank you very, very much for everybody who has come and watched live or joined in. And if you're watching after the live event, feel free to leave a comment in the description. And appreciate it if you can like, share, comment the videos and all the rest of it. Be very grateful. Ranna, thank you very much. And I will see you on the next one. I don't know when it is. It'll all depend on my Wi-Fi. The reason I've crammed so much into today's video is because literally I don't know when I can film them because of the Wi-Fi. So fingers crossed my Wi-Fi will be fixed tomorrow. Anyway, thank you. I very, very much appreciate you all coming, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now, guys.